Thanks for choosing RTM with me, Renee Fong. Good evening. The government has decided to extend the implementation of the Recovery Movement Control Order, RMCO, until 31st December 2020. In a special briefing today, Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said after considering the recent emergence of new clusters and the number of daily new cases, a legal mechanism is still needed to curb the spread of COVID-19 in the country.
Demi kepentingan saudara-saudari sekalian, kerajaan telah memutuskan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan Pemulihan dilanjutkan sehingga 31 Disember 2020. Dengan pelanjutan tempoh PKPP, tindakan penguatkuasaan di bawah Akta Pencegahan dan Pengawalan Penyakit Berjangkit 1988 ataupun Akta 342 masih boleh diambil. Ini adalah untuk memastikan semua pihak mematuhi prosedur operasi standard dan protokol kesihatan yang ditetapkan.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin also said that if needed, the government will be enforcing the Enhanced Movement Control Order, EMCO, or Targeted Enhanced Movement Control Order, TEMCO, in some areas with drastic increase of new COVID-19 cases. The Premier also explained that in order to change the compound rate, the government must first refine Act 342 before amending it in the Parliament. The RMCO, which went into force on 10th June, was initially intended to end on 31st August. In a related development, Tan Sri Muhyiddin also warned that nobody should be exempted from the law. The Premier said he supports the Ministry of Health's proposal to increase the compound of breaking COVID-19 SOPs by at least 2 times higher than the current amount of 1,000 ringgit.
Sehubungan itu, saya juga menyokong cadangan Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia untuk menaikkan kadar kompaun bagi kesalahan-kesalahan yang berkaitan sekurang-kurangnya 2 atau 3 kali ganda dari kadar yang ada sekarang.
The Health Ministry has reported another 10 new COVID-19 cases involving 8 imported cases and 2 local transmissions. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah in a statement today said the imported cases involved a Malaysian and 7 foreigners that arrived in Malaysia from India and the Philippines. Explaining further, Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham said the 2 local transmission cases were detected in Kedah and the Bukit Jalil Immigration Depot. He said this makes the cumulative number of cases in Malaysia to 9,306 with 151 active cases. Of that, 8 patients are being treated in the intensive care unit ICU and 6 require the use of ventilators. Meanwhile, the Health DG said another 36 patients were discharged today, bringing the total number of recoveries to 9,030 or 97% of the total number of cases. The number of COVID-19 related deaths remains at 125 or 1.35% of the total cases. Police had yesterday detained 88 people for violating the Recovery Movement Control Order, RMCO. In a statement, Senior Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said 84 individuals were issued compounds while 4 others were remanded. The senior minister said among the RMCO violations include failure to prepare equipment to record entries at premises, not wearing face masks, premises operating beyond permitted hours, holding private parties, as well as activities which involve mass gatherings, making it difficult to practice physical distancing. Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri said the Compliance Operation Task Force led by the Royal Malaysia Police PDRM conducted 64,658 checks yesterday. He said 4,545 teams have checked supermarkets, restaurant hawkers, factories, banks, government offices, as well as land, water and air transport terminals. On another note, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri said the authorities also conducted 434 inspections on individuals who are observing 14-day home quarantine order. He said all were found to be complying with the order. The senior minister added that from 24th July to yesterday, a total of 18,401 individuals returned to Malaysia from abroad. He said they were placed in 68 hotels and 6 public training institutes. Of that number, 7,965 individuals are undergoing the home quarantine order, while 56 were sent to the hospitals for further treatment. 21 individuals, including a police personnel from Kuala Muda Police Headquarters, were detained for partying at a house in Taman Bandar Mutiara, Sungai Petani yesterday. All suspects have been remanded for 4 days after they tested positive for drugs. The remand order against the 16 men and 5 women were issued by Magistrate Arif Muhammad Sharif. The suspects, aged between 17 and 31, were tested positive for various types of drugs, including methamphetamine and ketamine. The police personnel, believed to be the organizer of the party, was also tested positive for drugs. The case is being investigated under Section 15, Subsection 1, Subsection A of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. The Kuala Lumpur High Court today dismissed the judicial review application by Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak and his lawyer Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah to recuse Datuk Sri Gopal Sri Ram as the Senior Deputy Public Prosecutor DPP in their respective cases. Judge Datuk Sri Mariana Yahya made the decision after finding there was no evidence to prove that the then Attorney General Tan Sri Tommy Thomas had misdirected himself under the law in the appointment of Datuk Sri Gopal as Senior DPP. The judge also held that the appointment of Datuk Sri Gopal as Senior DPP pursuant to Section 376 subsection 3 of the Criminal Procedure Code CPC was legal and valid. The court ordered Datuk Sri Najib and Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi to pay 10,000 ringgit in costs each to the respondents. In December 2018, the former Prime Minister filed for the judicial review to disqualify the former federal court judge as the senior DPP in his 1MDB linked cases. Besides acting as Datuk Sri Najib's counsel, Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi also filed for judicial review as he too was seeking to rescue Datuk Sri Gopal from his 9.5 million ringgit money laundering case trial, which has yet to commence. They named the AG of Public Prosecutor, the government and Datuk Sri Gopal as respondents. Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's former Executive Secretary today has told the High Court that she had been negligent in handling the payment for the former Deputy Prime Minister's credit card. The 90th prosecution witness in the trial, Major Mazlina Mazlan alias Ramli, told the High Court that she had assumed Datuk Sri Zahid's approval to use a stamp for his signature on charitable organisation Yayasan Akal Budi's cheques to pay for his credit card bills. During cross-examination by defence lawyer Dato' Ahmad Zaidi Zainal, Major Mazlina also conceded making mistakes in the preparation of some of the cheques, including overpaying as well as writing the wrong month for the date of one cheque. She was referring to a credit statement dated 28 December 2013 that was due for 65,153 ringgit and 32 cents. However, the witness paid over 71,283 ringgit via 2 separate cheques, each worth 63,701 ringgit and 7,581 ringgit. She also said that she had never shown the credit card's balance statement and payment cheques to Datuk Sri Zahid for verification. The trial before Judge Colin Lawrence Sekera will continue on 21st September. In the business segment, Putrajaya exemplary benchmark in management of well-planned city. The Election Commission is targeting a turnout of 85% of 22,749 voters registered to exercise their rights tomorrow and hoped they would all comply with the prescribed Standard Operating Procedures SOP to curb the spread of COVID-19. Its chairman, Dato' Abdul Ghani Saleh, said the Commission also hoped to obtain the result of the slim by-election by 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Ya, saya berharap angka ini meningkat. Sebab PRK ini sepatutnya dia meningkat. Kalau tanya saya amat berharap dia naik sampai 85%. Ya, saya berharap. Sebab apa? Di sini keadaan dia aman, keadaannya tidak jam. Ya. Masyarakat pun masyarakat kampung. Dan banyak pengundi-pengundi kan terdiri daripada masyarakat Felda.
Dato' Abdul Ghani said the EC has appointed 689 workers to facilitate the slim state by-election tomorrow, which will involve 12 polling centres and 54 channels. He also reminded voters to abide by the rules such as not to wear or carry anything that symbolises a political party, as they could be prevented from entering the polling station and may face action. The slim by-election will witness a three-cornered fight among Barisan Nasional candidate and two independent candidates, lawyer Amir Kushairi Muhammad Tanusi, who is representing the yet-to-be-registered Parti Pejuang Tanah Air Pejuang, and former teacher S. Santara Sekaran. The by-election is called following the death of its incumbent, Datuk Muhammad Kusairi Abdul Talib, from a heart attack on 15th July. Early voting was held on Tuesday, with 96.25% of the 267 early voters having exercised their rights. To commemorate the 25 years of Putrajaya's establishment as the Malaysian Government Administrative Centre, Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin has launched the Putrajaya Silver Jubilee Special Issue Coin and Stamp at Perdana Putra today. Tan Sri Muhyiddin said the special issue coin and stamp will be archived as another recognition and honour given not only to Putrajaya but also to Malaysians as a whole. After 25 years of its establishment, Tan Sri Muhyiddin said Putrajaya had rapidly grown, not only in the physical aspect but also in the socio-economic development. The Premier added that Putrajaya has often been cited as an exemplary benchmark by other countries in the development and management of a well-planned city and has also received praise from many heads of state.
Saya difahamkan terbitan-terbitan khas usaha kerjasama Perbadan Putrajaya, Bank Negara Malaysia dan Pos Malaysia Berhad telah menjalani proses kajian dan saringan bagi menghasilkan reka bentuk yang unik yang menggambarkan ciri-ciri yang terdapat di Putrajaya. Syabas saya ucapkan pada semua. Selamat menyambut Jubili Perak Putrajaya dan saya berdoakan semoga wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya terus gemilang di persada dunia.
The commemorative coins are available in silver with a face value of 10 ringgits and has mintage quantity of 1,000 pieces, while the Nordic Brilliant uncirculated coin with a face value of 1 ringgit will have mintage quantity of 15,000 pieces. Meanwhile, the special issued stamp will have 1.25 million sets that will be sold to the public in September. Asset Management and Infrastructure Solution Entity UEM Magenta Berhad says it is keen to participate in major government projects, including the Kuala Lumpur-Singapore High-Speed Rail HSR and Rapid Transit System RTS projects. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Shahrul Nizam Samsudin said the company is focusing on exploring more opportunities in the rail infrastructure sector in the country.
In the past, we have done projects like LRT, extension, and we have the capabilities in rail, particularly in PMC or as ICE, as well as looking at systems engineering. So I think the team is basically relooking at what the available areas, and then I think the second half of the year we will participate if the government announces anything.
According to Shahrul Nizam, the company looks forward to participating in opportunities that best utilize its capabilities. He said the company will continue delivering on existing work in hand as well as undertake operational excellence initiatives to improve efficiency, such as project management consultancy for the Coastal Road Network and Second Trunk Roads Phase 2 projects. The company also continues to provide essential services to clients amid the COVID-19 pandemic, and as part of its continuous efforts to ensure the safety of healthcare frontliners, has donated ventilators and patient monitoring systems to the Ministry of Health. We begin with local sports. The National Shooting Association of Malaysia, NSAM, plan to host 2 local competitions, either in September and November or October and December, as early preparation for next year's SEA Games in Vietnam. The 2 tournaments, National Shooting Championships and Tun Hanif Trophy, will be held at the National Shooting Range in Subang, Selangor. National Shooting Team Manager Datuk Musa Omar said NSAM had yet to decide on the suitable dates for the 2 tournaments, as they still had to streamline the standard operating procedure SOP for the hosting of tournaments as stipulated by the authorities.
Kita tak ada apa tu orang panggil exposure lain untuk kita punya atlet. So kita rasa kita terpaksalah buat 2 pertandingan. Date tu akan kita ni kan.
He also said that NSAM would request to the Olympic Council of Malaysia OCM for the team rifle event to be contested at the 2021 SEA Games, as he claimed that Vietnam planned to drop the event. Based on the provisional list, Vietnam plans to host 36 sports next year. They are football, futsal, athletics, aquatics, archery, badminton, basketball, boxing, canoe, cycling, dance sports and fencing, among others. The 31st edition of the SEA Games is scheduled to be held in Hanoi from 21st November to 2nd December next year. And that concludes this evening's news at 10. In our top story, recovery MCO extended until 31st December. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. I'm Renee Fong. Thanks for watching and good night.